Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Mystic Falls English Language channel. And my today's lecture, I'll try to discuss syllable and syllable structure. You have to listen to me and you have to watch this video lecture and try to understand syllable and syllable structure. It is very important to know what is syllable, and you have to understand what is syllable. You have to understand syllable structure because uh, it will be very useful in understanding word stress, sentence stress, and intonation. For that, for the purpose of better understanding, you have to listen to me and you have to understand these things that I'll try my best to make it clear. So now let's discuss what syllable is. When we talk, we produce a continuous stream of sounds. For example, if I say, he presented him a beautiful gift. He presented him a beautiful gift. Now I can break this continuous stream of sounds into beats. For example, he presented him a beautiful gift. Okay? I broke down the continuous stream of sound. He presented him a beautiful gift into 8 beats. And these beats are he presented him a beautiful gift. These beats are called syllables. And it is intuitive for the native speakers of English language to break down continuous streams of sounds into beats, as well as individual words into beats. We can not only break continuous streams of sounds or utterances into beats, we can also break down words into beats. For example, the word uh, present, we can break it into 2 beats, pre and zent. You can see it, pre and zent. Or for example, the word conversation, we can break it into many beats. For example, conversation, conversation. Or for example, the word photo. Okay, so we can break it down into 2 beats, photo. Okay, and all words cannot be broken down into beats. For example, the word start, we cannot break it down into beats. Or the word good, we cannot break it down into beats. Okay, so utterances can be broken down into beats, as well as some of the words can be broken down into beats, and these beats may be called syllables. Or let us define syllable in another way. A syllable is generally defined as a sound or a group of sounds that is pronounced with a single chest pulse and that contains a vowel sound. A syllable may be a single sound or it may be a unit of sound, and it is pronounced with a single chest pulse and it contains a vowel sound. Okay, so a vowel sound is the necessary part of a syllable. If there is a syllable, it must have a vowel sound. Okay, and if a syllable contains only one sound, so you should know that this sound may be a vowel sound, because a vowel is the necessary part of a syllable. Okay, and a syllable takes one chest pulse to pronounce. If you want to pronounce a syllable, it will take you, or it will take one chest pulse to pronounce a single syllable. Okay, and it is not always possible to break down words or utterances into correct beats. For example, we have the word asterisks. Asterisks. Okay, this is the word asterisks. Let us try to break it down into beats. For example, in one case, we can break it down into 3 beats, and these are asterisks. In another case, it can be broken down into different 3 beats, and these are asterisks. And yet, in another case, asterisks. And in another case, asterisks. And in another case, aster and isks. Okay. Now, as you can see that among these 5 possibilities, only 2 divisions sound correct. Okay, or they sound natural, and these are asterisks and asterisks. And these 3 divisions do not sound natural. Okay, so we have only 2 possible division into beats of this single word asterisk, and these divisions are asterisks and asterisks. Okay, and now it is very difficult to decide which among these two is correct. Okay, we can take it for granted and we can consider both of them to be correct. Okay, now let us take another example. We have the word extra. It can be broken down into x and tra. Extra, 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 and extra. Okay, now among these 5 possible cases, only 2 cases sound natural, and these are extra and extra. And now, and these 3, this one, and this one, these sound unnatural. Okay, so these 3 are not the correct possibilities. Only these 2 are the correct possibilities. Okay, and among these 2 we cannot decide which one is the most correct. Okay, so we can say that both of them are correct, and we can divide the whole extra into both of these possible divisions, or these types of bits. Okay, so it became clear that a syllable contains a sound, or a group of sound, or it is a unit of sounds, and it contains a vowel sound. Vowel is the necessary part of a syllable, as if you look at these possible beats, you can see that each beat contains a vowel sound. You can see he presented him a beautiful gift. Okay, you can see that each of these beats contains a vowel sound, just like this one, and this beat, 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 this one. Each beat contains a vowel sound. Okay, so each of these beats is a syllable, and each of these beats contain a vowel sound, and each of these beats is pronounced with a single chest pulse. So a syllable is a sound, or it is a group of sounds, and it is pronounced with a single chest pulse, and it contains a vowel sound. Now let us discuss the syllable structure, the structure of syllable. Okay, syllable structure. A syllable contains 3 parts. The first part of the syllable is onset, and the second part is nucleus, and the third part is the coda. Okay, a syllable has 3 parts: onset, nucleus, and coda. Okay, generally a syllable is divided into 2 parts. One is onset and one is rhyme, and rhyme is further divided into 2 parts, and these 2 parts are nucleus and coda. Okay, so generally speaking, we can say that a syllable contains 3 parts: an onset, a nucleus, and a coda. Okay, now it is not necessary that each and every syllable must have these 3 parts. There may be syllables which may contain only nucleus. There may be syllables which may contain onset as well as nucleus. And there may be syllables which may contain nucleus and coda. And there may be syllables which may contain all of these 3 parts. Nucleus is the necessary part of a syllable, while onset and coda are the optional parts. These parts may be there and these parts may not be there. Okay, so we can imagine a syllable which contains only one sound, and this one sound may be the vowel, which is the nucleus of the syllable. Okay, so a possible structure of a syllable can have a consonant sounds, vowel sounds, and consonant sounds. Okay, so the onset of a syllable is always the onset of a syllable contains only either one vowel consonant sounds or more than one consonant sounds. Okay, the nucleus of a syllable contains a single vowel sound, and the coda of a syllable contains one consonant sound or more than one consonant sounds. Okay, so the maximum number of consonant sounds in an English syllable is 3. There may be 3 consonant sounds in the onset and 4 consonant sounds in the coda. The maximum number of consonant sounds in the coda of an English syllable is 4. Okay, so we can represent the structure, the possible structure of an English syllable through C, 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 V, C, 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 C. C means consonant and V means vowel. Okay, and C means consonant. Okay, now let us consider the structures of